And I'm like, you're not even gonna ask this man to do a magic trick. You're just gonna assume that he's the wizard that you've been waiting for. What's going on with Libra Bray? Why is she breaking hearts? Maybe I'm a diva and maybe I want more from my fantasy books. Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da. Cackling because the drama has already started. My plane got delayed 4 times in Atlanta because of a thunderstorm. So it looks like I am gonna be staying here until 3 in the morning on whatever flight I can catch. That's if they don't cancel it. So the drama persists. I'm gonna say it. I maintain that Atlanta is the worst airport I've ever experienced in my whole entire life. Anywho, I guess I have plenty of time to finish the one book that I have with me, which is The Raven Scholar. So I am definitely gonna do that. And hopefully my plane doesn't get canceled or delayed anymore. Fingers crossed. Okay, yeah, you know where to go. We're going to Bojangles. Guys, me and my dad have been on a trip beyond trips. I was stranded in Atlanta last night. My plane was supposed to land in Columbia at 12. My plane was supposed to take off at 9:50. It kept getting delayed until 3 in the morning. Then they said canceled. Then they said no cars to rent, no hotels to sleep in. You will be staying in the airport until the day you die. So I called my dad because he was supposed to pick me up from the airport last night. And I begged him crying to come get me from Atlanta. So we've had a round trip of 6 hours for him, 3 hours for me. And now we're on the way to the beach. But first we have to get Bojangles. So that's the check-in. No books. Actually, I did read a lot of Raven Scholar. I almost finished it, but I'm actually running on 24 hours. Actually, more than 24 hours. How long have I been awake? I've been awake for a while. Let's see, 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, 11. I've been awake for 27 and a half hours because I did take a 30-minute nap. 27 and a half hours, that's a new record for me. Anywho, all right, we're on the way. So, welcome to the vlog. We'll see how it goes. Look at them fluffy clouds. I hate this part right here. Wow, we made it. Like sardines. I can't even see Dad, that's hilarious. Yeah, I was like, what's going on with all that? Beautiful. She's gorgeous. My shaky cam action. It's happening. Just a little squishy.
Yeah, it is sometimes, yeah. And what, 6 corn? 6 corn.
Wear my hat. I also need a hat, clearly. We're back. So what's going on, Mom?
Getting ready to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And read my book and finish it.
What happened this morning? Rain.
Yes, it rained. Not on me.
My mom just walked in and she was like, oh, you took a shower? And I was like, no, I was at the beach and I got rained on. So I decided to do a check-in for what's going on at the beach right now. What are you spraying?
Sunscreen. All right, I'm going.
Anywho, hey guys, what's up? Listen, it's beach time. You know what that means? We're gonna be doing a week-long vlog. I am a little slow to start on this one because I was finishing 2 other books for another vlog, which if you see this one and you haven't seen that one, top 5 fantasy books of the year, in that one of them is in it. So we won't spoil it, but that's what's going on right now. Traditionally speaking, I usually do a Kindle vlog. Okay, I have the Kindle in case for like a security blanket, but I'm trying not to use Amazon as much for obvious reasons. I still do have a Kindle account. I'm gonna be clear and honest with y'all. But for me, like, I have never bought books on Kindle, which sounds like a performative thing to say, but like, I truly just think that's a waste of time. I use my Kindle for the library books and I use it for Kindle Unlimited. And I know that Kindle Unlimited is not the best way to support indie authors. The best way is to just buy their books from their website, which I have done if I really love their books. Trust me, I could give you a list right now. But I still do use Kindle Unlimited for Classic Literature Book Club, and we still do read indie authors. So we're trying to spread the good word about their work, at least in that way, and do the little things that we can do to not support Amazon. For example, like buying books on Amazon, or using Audible. Listen, we're doing the best that we can. So in that effort and vein, I brought so many books to the beach this year. I kind of got a little worried because when you have your Kindle, you can read whatever indie book you want. But when you have physical books, you have to read what you have, okay? So I do have a fun list. I do think that I am gonna be reading a few goodies this week. I just don't know what I'm really gonna be getting into, but I will start with the first one that I am actually currently reading that I did start today, this morning, before I got rained on at the beach, and that is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This one is an ARC. It's coming out later on this year, but I have been trying to find more Christmas books that I can recommend during December, because I feel like every time December comes around, I'm like, ugh, like what kind of Christmas books can people read? So this one is about our main character, Harriet, who suddenly comes upon a ghost named Nolan. Apparently he died many, many years ago, and I think stories like this are so interesting because he is the ghost of Christmas past. He is the ghost of her past. And she already, like, I'm only 20 pages in, she already has problems with her family. Like, you already know he's gonna be trying to solve her problems for her because he loves her. But yeah, this sounds like a Hallmark movie in a book, and I cannot wait to read it. And I think, like I said, these are so interesting because this man died so long ago. He's a literal spirit. How are y'all gonna be together? I have to know. It's a mystery, okay? So anyway, I did start that one, and I will be reading this one on the beach currently. But that one I'm super excited about. This is my first B.K. Borison. Then the other I guess that is a paranormal because it is a spirit. This one's a non-fantasy. It's called Promise Me Sunshine. This has been recommended to me by so many of you guys because you guys know that I love reading books about grief. I don't know what kind of sick thing is going on up here, but I love reading books about grief because I just think that how each individual person, because they're so different, they handle it so differently. And it's interesting to me. Like, I like to see people struggling, but also getting through that struggle in different ways. And this one is about a girl whose best friend has died. Do y'all hear that thunder? See, I don't know if the beach is happening, even though it looks sunny from my perspective here. So this is gonna be a tearjerker for sure, because obviously, for obvious reasons, if you think about your best friend dying and put yourself in this situation, like, that's sad. I heard that this is very, very good. Y'all, like I said, have recommended this to me multiple times, said it's a very, very good book, so I'm gonna take your word for it. And it seems like they're kind of doing like a summer thing, like they're on a yacht, or like, I don't know, it could be summery in New York. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be great. The next book that I have that is leaning more into the fantasy genre is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. Y'all already know that this one is like a Sinners adjacent book. Obviously it doesn't feature Black people, it's about Native Americans, but some like historical massacre has happened and you are reading from the pages of the account of it. There happens to be perhaps some paranormal stuff in it. I don't know if that's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it now, even though I know what it is, but I feel like I already kind of spoiled it by saying that this is adjacent to Sinners. Anyway, this has been on my TBR for a while. I meant to read it a few months ago and I just haven't gotten into it. So I feel like this will be a fun summer slasher / historically, you know, kind of like Inglorious Bastards, okay? Perhaps this isn't how it happened in history, but this might have been how we wanted it to happen, okay? Anywho, the next one is a male fantasy romance called The Sun-Blessed Prince. This one sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun because essentially you have this prince who I believe is a healer. He can heal any wound and bring the dead back to life. So then he meets a reaper who the reaper, you know, thinks that he is really about to do something here. And then the prince is like, no, my powers are stronger than yours. Oogly boogly, I will not be dead. So then they form kind of like this unlikely alliance. And somewhere in that, there's some treachery, there's some betrayal, a little bit of love. It sounded good. This was a random one that I picked up at the store, but I think it's gonna be a good book. We'll see. I have truly heard nothing about this, so this is going to be a wild card. The next one that's also a wild card that I picked up at the store, Wooing the Witch Queen. Okay, we've got a witch queen who apparently everybody used to hate. Now she's in charge of things and she is trying to save her people at all costs. Then enter in this nerdy guy named Fabian. He is under the guise of being like a helpful librarian, and there's more than meets the eye. So apparently there strikes a romance. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I always get a little wary when they have like these, even though Stephen Graham Jones does, you know, he does have sprayed edges and we know that book's gonna be good, but sometimes when the books have a little sprayed edge, they're not as good. I hope that I am sorely mistaken. Okay, and then last but not least, y'all have seen this before. This is actually a book that's on my Kindle TBR, so I'm so happy that I can at least read one book not on my Kindle, but that is Broken Bonds by J. Bree. I believe this is like a poly romance. I don't really know what this is about. All I know is that y'all have told me to read this, okay? Y'all have told me to read this. Y'all said I was gonna like it. Listen, I'm gonna listen. This is what the back says. After the death of my mother and her bonded, I was relieved to find my own bonds. I was sure everything would be okay if I had them, and it wasn't. The fate of our people is in my hands, and now we're better off if I'm alone. After 5 years on the run, I'm caught and dragged back to face the men I ran away from. I thought I was doing the right thing, now I'm not so sure. North, Knox, Griffin, Atlas, and Gabe may never forgive me, but one thing is for sure, I won't ever forgive myself. So it sounds like she's having, you know, a quarter life crisis. And she thinks it's one of those situations where you think if you're not, you know, with the people, everything will be better. We know, in fact, everyone's better together, okay? So I'm excited because this is another poly romance that we can add to the fantasy poly list. I had a few questions about what other books have poly characters or demisexual characters, which are two completely different categories, but they can, you know, cross over. So let's see where the wind takes us with that one. That is all of the options I have. Like I said, I am gonna start with this one, get a little Christmas in July spirit, and then go from there. Okay, so this is the TBR. We'll see what I get into. I love having a physical book on the beach, but I am older and wiser now, and I don't necessarily like to ruin my books on the beach anymore. When I was younger, I was irresponsible, okay? I would take a book out there and I would just let it get suntan lotion on it. I would let it get burnt pages, sand in the pages. Like, I was a monster. I was a monster. Now, I like to take care of things, okay? So I'm gonna try my hardest not to ruin these books. Okay, so what's on the docket? Today's Tuesday, I know. It's been a day. It's been a week. It's July 1st. So you know the drill. We already had to go to the farmer's market to get food, to get our supplies for the week. So we already did that. I have some BTS to show you from that. And other than that, I think we're gonna try and get back on the beach. I'm gonna show you. Oh, I do this every year. Y'all can't see it out of this thing because there's like a screen, so everything looks really weird. When I get out there, I'll give you some B-roll, but essentially it's like rainy / sunny right now. It's typical southern storm weather, so we'll see if I get out there. I don't know, it looks really windy, but I am gonna make some lunch, hopefully take it out there, get some good reading in, and have a check-in for you in a little bit. I can say that this book is already good. It does come out in October, so obviously there's some time before it comes out, but yeah, listen, that's the plan for today, just a little reading. We might also start the new season of The Bear because that's out. It's already been a crazy morning. I literally got up at 7:30 and my niece was like, would you want to go to the pool with me? And I was like, yes, I would like to go to the pool with you. That's why my hair is still wet, because I went to the pool and got in the water and then went to the beach and got rained on. It's been hours. My hair loves water. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me for another year. I didn't do this last year, so I'm so glad to be here once again. And yeah, feels good to vlog. So let's get into it. I just played a game of baseball. Once again, got rained on. I'm cold. I'm gonna change into a comfy outfit and we're gonna watch an episode of The Bear, the first episode of the new season. I cannot wait. We're gonna take a break from the beach because it is rainy. I did feel like a Cullen though, because I was playing baseball in the rain. So that was cool. And I caught the ball. You're self-whatevering by whatevering.
Found out that most people prefer that, then yeah.
Time check. It's 9:25. Y'all already know I had to go and get donuts. I took my dad this time. Listen, trying to not do as many things by myself when I'm on a family vacation because the point is that you're with your family. Anyway, I will say my dad was talking way too much at 7:30 in the morning. I was like, sir, I just woke up. It feels like 4:30 a.m. Silencio. Anyway, so yesterday I finished Good Spirits. I have to say, I've never been so happy to have Christmas in July. I've been waiting to say that joke for like at least 12 hours. This was such a cute holiday romance, y'all. I was like really thinking about it because I was like, what makes this like exciting and kind of different than like all the other Hallmarky romances out there and that are going to be coming out this holiday season, because this one does come out at the end of October. This one is kind of a twist on the afterlife and all things adjacent to that, like the paranormal, if that makes sense. He is the ghost of Christmas past, but the way that it's written is like it's part of this system of just kind of like the afterlife. Like they have grim reapers, poltergeists, hauntings, ghosts, you know, spirits, things like that. So I can see this being a huge series for BK Borison because I feel like this is also really popular right now, just having like these kind of paranormal love stories, as we can see with like 'Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas book, which also was a slam dunk, and the Just My Luck that also came out by the same author. For me, I felt like this also was a little bit different than those ones because this was being on like an emotional level, not like super deep, but I did enjoy it. The characters both were going through something for themselves, and of course the whole time you're trying to figure out why this girl is getting like haunted by the ghost of Christmas past. Like, what has she done wrong? You know, why is she a Scrooge? So I really enjoyed this one. I had a great time. I think their love is very pure and just like lovely. Great part about this is that these two, when they were on page, they were always like touching each other, and not in like a weird PDA kind of way. Like it was a very like comforting, like they would gravitate towards each other. And I feel like I haven't seen that in a book in a while. Not just like the romantic kind of touches, like I said, but like just like hugging another character for like a long, like a, you know, a long period of time on page. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really lovely, and I just really liked this character. Like I think she just so well done, BK. Like I've never read a BK Borison book, but I am gonna go down into her backlist now because this was such a pleasant time. And then the next book is about a Grim Reaper. I cannot wait. Okay, I truly cannot wait. So anyway, I finished that one yesterday. The next one that I'm gonna read, Promise Me Sunshine. I just started the back of this. I already know I'm gonna be crying. To remind you guys of the premise, this girl's best friend dies of cancer and she cannot get through it by herself. Like the only job she can hold down is like babysitting jobs. So she ends up babysitting for this single mom named Reese who has a daughter named Ansley, and Ansley's uncle Miles is always around. He is like the epitome apparently of the grumpy cat meme. even though he's supposed to be super, super grumpy, he always shows up for her. And so they make a deal because she has to complete this like live again list to get over her grief. And he wants to be closer to his niece. So they make a deal to kind of work together to do those two goals. And then they find a lovely friendship. And then perhaps love. I think this one's really gonna hit hard because she literally lived with her best friend. So I feel like I'm gonna cry and be like, but I love books about grief. So I feel like I'm gonna really like this one. And what better place to read this than on the beach, surrounded by the people you love, you know what I mean? Like imagine if I was reading this in the dark by myself. That's sad. Anyway, I think this is gonna be a great one. You guys have said that I'm gonna love it. So we're gonna start this one today. It's supposed to rain later, as you can see. I did start The Bear yesterday with my family, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm already sucked in. I want everyone to be successful and happy in that show, but I'm also like, where is Will Poulter? Okay, do we remember the end of season 3? I'm like, Will Poulter had to like go and do some kind of thing way far away. I forget exactly what he said, but he was like gonna be gone for a while, and I'm like, I need him and Sydney. I need them to get together so that our main character, Carmi, can realize that Sydney and him are meant to be. Listen, I don't make the rules. I just live here in this delusional world. I'm gonna get dressed and go to the beach because it's sunny, it's gonna rain later, and I gotta soak up the sun while I can, aka read this really sad book. I'm excited. Anyway, I hope you guys are having fun. See ya. Okay, currently doing laundry. All right, so there's a lot of that on the bed, but I did accomplish something yesterday. I finished Promise Me Sunshine because it did end up raining quite a bit yesterday. Okay, and it's really sunny right now, so I'm gonna get my butt over onto the beach ASAP, but I did want to check out this book because I read this in its entirety yesterday, and I have nothing but praise for this book. It definitely made me cry, but not like in a sobby kind of like you see a lot of the main character and her best friend's interactions, though there are chapter flashbacks that are like 1 or 2 pages to... What's up, Mom?
Will you bring my gray bottle downstairs? It's got tea in it.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
I don't know where it is. I think it's on a bench or something.
It's okay, I'll find it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. Try and do a vlog check-in and just can't have a moment's peace. I don't know what I was saying other than nothing but praise for this book. There are flashbacks between the main character and her best friend, but it's not really about that. It's really about the main character dealing with her grief of losing her best friend to ovarian cancer. I feel like this book is a book that it's not super, super deep, okay? It is deep. I don't want to insult it. It is deep. You feel things, but it's not like, here we go, a heaviness. It's not super, super heavy, if that makes sense, because there are a lot of really hilarious moments, and I feel like I could read this book multiple times and not get tired of it. I also think this is like almost the perfect friends to lovers. What would it start out as? I mean, it was definitely like not rivals or enemies or hate really, but it was like dislike to friends and then friends to lovers. I just feel like it was done super, super well. And I am not even really a big fan of friends to lovers because usually they have been friends for years and years and years. But what I do think is funny in this vlog is that I've read a few books like that, okay? In this week where the main characters have just been like friends to lovers. I don't know, am I changing my tune about this trope? Anyway, this was done so, so well because obviously our main character has to really get through her grief and like learn how to live with it, not just like get over it, but like learn how to live with it, how to deal with it. And during that process, you're not really thinking romantically how Lenny, our main character, can, you know, be with somebody else. You're really just worried about Lenny because Lenny is here trying to show up every day for her nannying job, because she's trying to be like a good support for Ansley, who's the little girl that she's, you know, watching. And then in that, dealing with her own grief and like her own feelings and stuff. I just love this book. I feel like it was incredibly real and not like your typical someone dies grief, you know, then they happen to fall in love with so-and-so XYZ person. I feel like it was really such a slow burn and a lovely slow burn, because maybe our characters didn't even realize that they were falling in love until they did. You know what I mean? While it also being so calculated. This was another book, like this one and the Good Spirits one, both of these, where like the main characters were very touchy-feely and just like starved of touch, you know? And it was like a familiarity with the other person that like immediately they felt. And I feel like that's almost like an insta love, but like it's not insta love, it's like an insta comfort. I don't know, you just know in life when you meet somebody and you vibe with them. I feel like it equates to that. Because there are like people in my life where like I know I can be more touchy-feely with them. Like I can show that love physically. And I feel like these two books are like great. So if you like seeing that on page, you like seeing that physical touch, and that is something that you're interested in reading, I feel like these two books are a great, you know, dive into that. But yeah, overall, like I said, I feel like I could read this multiple times and love it every single time. Like it was done so well. Chef's kiss. And when I got to the last page, I kind of couldn't even believe that it was the last page. So anyway, I even had to like look and see and be like, what is her next book? It's called The Naked Eye. I have no idea what it's about, because I was like, is it about someone from this book? And I don't think it is. But if it's about grief, I am totally gonna be reading it. Really, really highly recommend. If you're a grief interested reader, I feel like Promise Me Sunshine is so good. It was so good. Okay, so I'm moving on. Listen, I didn't realize this, but I picked a lot of books that have like ravens on the front. Like, I don't know if you guys can see right there and then right here. I also happened to pick a raven bookmark that I brought with me on this trip. I feel like the Raven Scholar is ruling my life right now, because that book was so good. That's definitely in my top 5 of fantasy books for the year, but I am gonna be starting this one next, Wooing the Witch Queen. Okay, I feel like this is a fun, silly, goofy time. It's only 300 pages, and I feel like I can really put a dent in this one today, because it's 10 in the morning. The world's my oyster. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to the beach right now, go see what the family is doing. And tonight on the docket, every night when we're here at the beach, we do different like food nights, like different families make different meals for each night. And tonight is kind of like a free-for-all because it's Thursday. It's Thursday. We technically only have 2 more dinner nights, but it's a free-for-all because most of us go out at least one night during the week with our own families, and me and my parents are gonna be going out for quote unquote my birthday dinner, which it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday dinner. It's just a dinner that they want to go out for. But we are going to go to a cute restaurant, so I do need to come in and like shower and like get myself together before we do that tonight. So I'll have 7 hours on the beach. Yeah, totally. I need to make sure that I have some sunscreen. But yeah, I feel like that's plenty of time. Now you can see why I read like 1 book at least a day. It's wonderful. But I'm gonna go see what the kids are doing. I think I told you guys already what this book is about. I really picked this up because I was like, these two are cute. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, what is that hand doing? I kind of just wanted like something, you know, a little thin, a little fresh, because Promise Me Sunshine really had me in my feels last night. I was like, that was beautiful. Definitely one of my favorite books of the year. Anyway, okay, that's it. I'm done talking. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, outfit reveal. I don't have any shoes on. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, this is what I look like. We're going to dinner. I'm gonna sit down really quickly because I do need to put on some lip liner. I got into Witch Queen. That's what we're gonna call it. And it is definitely just a silly, goofy time. It is not like the other 2 books that are already finished. And our main character definitely already, can you guys understand me like this? Hold on. Already, she has unwittingly or unawaredly, I don't even know what the word is, but she has already done the miscommunication trope. She's already, you know, had a case of mistaken identity with this guy who showed up at her kingdom. The thing is, the guy was trying to seek asylum from his kingdom. He's the Archduke. They're using him as a puppet for his kingdom. He really has no control. So he was going to be killed anyway, okay? And then they were going to steal his kingdom because his wife, her family, they want to rule. But then his wife died, so really he had no connection to them unless if he married someone else. So now they're trying to like take over without him being there. So he said, bye, I won't be staying here. I shan't be staying here. So he went to the witch queen's like kingdom because apparently she's like an enemy of his country, nation. Don't know. He thought it would be a good idea to go over there, okay? So he shows up and she's like, oh, you're the wizard we've been waiting for. And I'm like, you're not even gonna ask this man to do a magic trick. You're just gonna assume that he's the wizard that you've been waiting for. Anywho, so she is apparently like not a mad scientist, but she does spells and things. And because of that, she's like tinkering in her little workshop, okay? And she's like, you go on, get in that library, you go organize some things, see you later. I don't have any time for you. And so instead of him being like, no, my name is actually, you know, so-and-so such and such, he just accepts it. He just woke up in his own bed in this place. I'm like, sir, what if she asks you to do magic? What are you gonna do then? Anyway, that's how far I've gotten. Like I said, it's not the same caliber as the 2 books that I just finished, but it's fine. Like, I'm having a great time. I'm gonna finish doing my lip liner and then I'm gonna head to dinner. The funny part about dinner is, so it's my cousin's birthday today. Her birthday is always obviously on July 3rd. That's how birthdays work. They happen every year. So they apparently have been to this restaurant that me and my parents are going to, and they told my mom about it last year. So my mom made a reservation because apparently you have to make reservations 3 months in advance. Tell me what my cousin tells me today, that she and her family are also going at 5:30 to the same restaurant. I was like, you might as well just tell them to pull up a table. We'll all just eat together. It's not like our entire family is going because like my mom's sister's family is not going, but like it's gonna be a lot of the same people from the same house. Anyway, I'm just cackling because I'm like, well, who knew that we were all gonna be here together tonight for dinner? And what's hilarious is that my parents called this my birthday dinner. Seems like I'm still in the spotlight. I'm gonna say it. So it's not my birthday. My birthday is in June. I am not a Cancer. I just realized I think I missed Jayla's birthday. I need to text her. Ah! See you guys in a little bit.
That's sibling.
Snap it, baby. Where's he going? He's on your shoulder. He's gonna crawl in your ear and eat your brain. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right, ready, set, go. Yeah. Woo. Peekaboo. All right, Alicia, come on. Peekaboo. It's clean. Okay. Bye-bye. I think his girlfriend's right beside him. Nora Roberts is getting her bag in every way, shape, and form.
What are you gonna say?
Okay, get on my shot. Thank you kindly. When dinosaurs ruled the earth.
What are we doing?
You're the dinosaur. Welcome to my grandma's house. Welcome. We're on the back porch, the back enclosed porch. The sun is going down. I bought some books at 2nd and Charles. So I do want to do a little haul. You guys know I love to collect books and not read them, but I think this week I've done a really great job of reading books. I finished this. This was the book that I was working on. I had that short little clip where I was like freaking out. This is definitely one of those books that can be addictive, I think. It is like such sweet pain to read this. It's essentially a reverse harem. We have a bunch of like different powers and things from different characters, but they aren't like fae or anything. It's like elemental. Some people have shadow, magic, XYZ, da 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 da. Of course, we don't know what our main character's power is because it's so dangerous that she rejects her reverse harem bonded. So she has like 5 guys that she's bonded to. She rejects them at the age of 14 and goes on the run for 5 years. Okay, already the plot is plotting. So we pick back up with her getting captured by essentially like the magical police. They're called TAC teams. And they are bringing her back to her bonded, where she has to face the consequences of her actions. Okay, so already like chef's kiss, we love it. She's rejecting the bond. We love a strong, independent woman. INDEPENDENT. You know what that means. Okay, I'm already gonna go into the second one. I think tonight, actually, because the sun is not even close to me down. I think it's like 6. Where's my phone? It's actually 7:03. So I go home tomorrow. I'm gonna have a little bit of time to read. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna blow through at least 2 more of these books. I'll keep y'all posted on that if it's even worth it. If not, y'all will just see me at the end of this vlog. But this was so much fun. I love this. There was a Harry Potter reference. Don't know when these were written, but I'm not in love with that. In the past that this was written, but... And then there was a lot of talk about looking homeless. That's okay. That's where I'm like, this is a little dated. Just a little dated. I don't know. It just seems weird that you're talking about looking homeless. She's talking about being in sweatpants and like a t-shirt. And I'm like, madam, that's me on the daily. Why are you attacking me? Other than that though, I really like the relationships here. I like the world building, and they're not all like friends. That's why I'm like, the plot thickens. Okay, and then the end of this book, some crazy stuff happens. So I'm like, of course I have to go into the next one. And what's crazy is they have the special editions of these on like Pango Books for like $650. Okay, y'all, I like this series. I don't like it $650 worth though. Y'all are... But it's making me excited for her other books. I'm like, wait, so there's like a medieval kind of one that I think my friend Stephanie has read, so I'm gonna ask her about that. I'm gonna ask her if that's worth my time. Moral of the story is, worth it. Read it. Love it. Y'all were right. The theme of this vlog has been the Raven, and the Raven has not disappointed except for wooing the Witch Queen. I will be unhauling that in a very timely manner. Anywho, all right, let's get into this haul. So first of all, I wanna do the non-bookish items. Y'all, I can't not buy this. 504 units. So I got him. I love Ghostface, y'all. That's my favorite horror film. The other thing that I got was this really cool coloring book. It's like mythical creatures coloring book. That's cool, okay? I'm getting back into coloring. I used to do it a lot when I was younger, obviously, and now it's like such a decompressing, like chill thing to do while you read an audiobook, and I just think these are like the coolest. I don't know, they're just not like other coloring books. So I did a bunch of coloring with my, hey Granny.
I've been looking for you everywhere.
Oh, well, I'm just doing a little video.
Okay.
You wanna come say hey?
I'm gonna go down. You cut off everything, okay?
I sure will.
I'll maybe see you later. Maybe I won't.
Well, I'm gonna go up. I think I'm gonna get my book and go read in there for a little bit in a minute.
Pardon?
I'm gonna read in there for a little bit.
Okay, I'll be sure everything's cut off, okay?
Okay, I will.
That's a lot of books.
I know, it's what I got. Anyway, okay, so it's giving Studio Ghibli. Like, see those little guys? It's a search and color, okay? A search and color is what it said. So like the bigger picture is this, but then the smaller picture is that. Like what they got going on over there? So I got it. All right, I'm trying to have more hobbies this year. I keep telling y'all that. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. All right, let's get into this book haul. First of all, Lucy Score, Protecting What's Mine. Y'all know I read that Lucy Score recently. What was it called? I'm gonna pop it up right here. I forget the name of it, but it was so good. I love Lucy Score, like dang. And so I found this, and it's about a trauma surgeon named Mackenzie and a fire chief named Lincoln. They end up being neighbors after he saves her from something, I don't know, some lands in the middle of an accident scene. They end up being flirty neighbors. They have a fling. It's all naked fun and games until the shadows from Mac's past find their way into her present. Can Link be her hero when she needs him the most, or will their secrets ruin everything? Lucy Score really has become a fun author for me. I feel like her character work is really good. The plot is always really interesting, and it's just like a fun time. Also, the books are thick. Listen, I don't make the rules, but I did buy this book because I love my girl Lucy. The second one that I got, this one, I was just feeling like I was in a summer mood. I feel like a good summer YA romance is always something that I look forward to during this time of the year. Second Chance Summer is what this one is called. Okay, so in this one, this family goes to their summer lake house after some unexpected news. And then Taylor, our main character, comes back across her old friends that are in the area. As the days lying on the beach pass into nights gazing into stars, Taylor realizes she has a second chance with friends, family, maybe even with love. But she knows that once the summer ends, there will be no way to recapture what she stands to lose. I really went in with We Were Liars. Like, y'all, I had no idea that this was the genre that I liked, which doesn't make sense because I like these kind of things. I just read the K.A. Tucker book, sent me for a whole loop. I really thought this book was going to end a different way. It was so much fun. I loved it. And I love books like these. Like, I still have a bunch of books on my shelves that I read when I was younger that are in this genre category of like summer YA, not necessarily romances, but just like experiences. And I feel like this is going to be like that. So listen, I picked it up. These books, Second and Charles is a hit or miss. Sometimes they'll be full priced. Sometimes they're $6. Okay. So listen, if it's cheapo, the head cheapo is gonna be buying it. So I recently read Black Salt Queen. This one is giving Black Salt Queen, sort of. Okay, it's called The Conquered by Case and Calendar, which I love their YA books. I will never forget Felix Ever After, y'all. That is one of my favorite books. It is the book that really taught me about demisexuality. This has nothing to do with that though. This, Sigourney Rose, the only survivor when her family is massacred by colonizers. Now the king of the islands has declared that he will choose his successor among eligible noble families, and Sigourney is ready to exact her revenge. A powerful story of colonialism, conquest, and revenge, Queen of the Conquered starts a riveting epic fantasy duology set in a Caribbean-inspired world. I love Case and Calendar. I liked Black Salt Queen. I feel like obviously these aren't the same authors, but it's the same fighting colonialism. We got her, okay? The next book I have heard is queer. I don't know much about it, but I do like it, okay? It's called All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. This one is about a girl who was friends with a girl and somehow they had a falling out. She picks up a dusty pack of tarot cards. I thought this one was relevant because of the tarot readathon, you get me? Which is happening right now in July. But essentially she starts messing around with these tarot cards, stuff starts happening, okay? It's getting a little dicey. I thought it was gay, but then it mentions Ro, Lily's older sibling. Maybe it is gay. I'm not really sure, but I've heard good things and I like the cover. So we bought it. Now this other one, y'all have definitely seen before. I've definitely thrifted this. Anytime I see a Patricia Briggs, I buy these books and I don't even know which ones I need. So it will be interesting to go home and see if I actually need these two, but I don't think that I own these two specifically. My goal with this series is to get all of the mass market paperbacks like this and then start the series. I don't know why I put that goal in my brain to do. It doesn't make sense really, but a lot of people have told me that I'll like this, and it's honestly giving a series that I could binge in like 2.5 seconds. So Mercy Thompson is a werewolf, I believe, and I know nothing more about her. We won't even speak about her, but I will check in with y'all when I get home and let y'all know if I actually needed these two. So this one is Iron Kissed and this one is Bloodbound. Because I will say recently I did thrift one of the books that I already own and I was like, Lord, I gotta get a list on my phone so that like when I go to buy these, I know which ones I need. I took a chance. They're only $3, okay? I know I'm crazy. Everyone sees the stack of books, they think I'm crazy, and you know what? Maybe I am. This next one is called Into the Heartless Wood. I'm reading fantasy series like this right now, or fantasy books like this, where we go into a wood-like setting and there's like a witch or a queen or some fae folk or something crazy going on in the woods. I feel like I should do a rec video like this. Like when you like that setting of being in the woods, let me give you those books. Now, what I didn't realize is how tiny the writing is. Whew, that is tiny. The forest is a dangerous place where siren song lures men and women to their deaths. There's a witch queen in the woods. She has 8 tree siren daughters. For centuries, they've harvested souls to feed the heartless tree, using its power to grow their ever-reaching kingdom of Ash, Burke, and O. Oh, and then enter Owen. Y'all, I really bought this and I didn't even look. I saw the cover, saw the price, added it to the card. When the constellations shift, the stars foretell an inevitable war between the Witch Queen and the King. With Saren compelled to fight for her mother and Owen forced to join the King's army, they're plunged into the heart of a conflict that seemingly no one can win. And that might be a story both their kingdoms forever is giving Romeo and Juliet. I'll let y'all know how this is, because if this ends sad, we're throwing it in the fire. The next book I find so interesting. Wait, is this the next one I want to? Yeah, this one I really picked up on a whim. Like, I'm not even kidding. What even is this? I thought it was a thriller, okay? But I found it in the YA recently acquired releases. And so then, of course, you know, I look at the price. The price is $8. I said, okay, this is a thick book for it to be so stunning. And then I read the first line. It says, burn the devil so he won't become real. And then on the front it says, translated by Tara Chase, there is no escape when the devil lives inside you. Okay, so what are y'all even talking about? So then I go deeper. I say, Juva Senseri isn't just any hunter. She's one of the best. She spends her days in the barren tundra tracking and killing wolves who have magical blood. Blood that causes addiction, wolf sickness, and death. Blood that gives the woman of her family the power to predict the future, or so they claim. Blood that allows the wealthy to travel through portals from one world to the other. I didn't even need to finish the rest of what even this is about because it's already so interesting with the magic system, y'all. I really said add to cart. And it's Norwegian, translated. It's a fantasy book. You really don't need to tell me much more than that. All right, I had to pick this up. Who remembers Meg Cabot's Abandon? Be so honest. Be so for real. Before Hades and Persephone was in this dark era of all these dark romance books, this was what we were reading. Okay, Abandon by Meg Cabot. So this obviously is an older book. I got it for $3 because this is a throwback. It's in impeccable condition too. Like, it looks really good for its age. But essentially it's about the girl named Pierce, knows what it's like to die. And if I remember this correctly, this series is about this girl going through these trials. Now she's moved on to a new neighbor. But even here he finds her, okay? Pierce knows he's no guardian angel and his dark world isn't exactly heaven. Yet she can't stay away, especially since he appears when she least expects it, but exactly when she needs him most. If she lets herself fall any further, Pierce may just find herself back in the one place she fears the most, the underworld. It's the myth of Persephone darkly reimagined, and I remember this having a crazy plot twist, so y'all, I'm about to reread the hell out of this. I cannot wait. I was obsessed with Hades and Persephone's retelling before it was cool, and this really brought me back. I said, let me just pick up Miss Meg Cabot, because she is a queen always. All right, this one is really gonna piss y'all off. Not just one, not just two, but 3 by Miss Libbre. Now this was the original Heartbreak. She is the original Veronica Roth, I believe. Is that right? Is Veronica Roth the one who wrote the Divergent series? Be honest, I can't remember. Anyway, but this is the original woman who broke my heart. It was this trilogy. So I went down memory lane when I saw these and I was like, $3 each. I will reread this and see if I still get mad, because I remember back in the day, I might be giving a spoiler right now. I just remember being really sad about the end of this book, which makes sense because I feel like the other series I read by Libbre was also sad. And I was like, what's going on with Libbre? Why is she breaking hearts? So I'm gonna reread this and see if I still get pissed off, because I remember excommunicating her and being like, I will never read a Libbre again. But then I did, because I forgot. You know, I'm that type of reader. Like, I don't remember everything that happens in a book. I can vaguely tell you what has happened unless it shook me to my core and it's like ingrained in my memory forever, which I thought that's how this was, but it has been over 10 years. Oh my God, probably like 15 years since I read that. Probably more than that, honestly. So I really can't tell you why I was mad, but I will once I do the reread. All right, listen, now we're into this. Yeah, y'all saw this. And I did do it because I was like, what could y'all possibly put in this mystery fantasy book box? There's 6 books in here. I got this for $25. So I'm imagining very old fantasy books that I have no interest in. Okay, that's what I think is gonna happen. So y'all know that I said I wasn't gonna like any of these books. So really, listen, if I don't, I'll just donate them. It's not that big of a deal, but I am so into mystery boxes right now. I decided to get one because I thought it'd be fun to unbox it, okay? So listen, that's what we're doing. Ooh. It's unfortunate that it's R.A. Salvatore because I'm pretty sure he's excommunicated. I need to do more research on this man because I have heard things. I don't know what this is about though. Okay, so it's called The Legend of Drizzt, Glacier's Edge, a New York Times bestselling author of the Starlight Enclave. Okay, is this y'all did not give me part of a series because I will really, the follow-up to Starlight Enclave, the thrilling second novel in his newest trilogy. Y'all have better put the first novel in here. Hold on, I'm about to go. I know it's this one. Y'all are What in tarnation is going on here? Hamilton remains one of the most inventing and exciting writers. Oh, girl, tell me why I thought y'all were talking about I thought y'all were talking about the freaking musical. Let me show it. Sorry. Smolder, an Anita Blake vampire hunter novel. She's spicy. Okay, Anita Blake is no stranger to killing monsters. It's part of her job as a preternatural U.S. Marshal, after all. But even her experience isn't enough to stop something that's bent on destroying everything and everyone she loves. Ooh, a reimagining of a vampire tale. I'm excited for this one. I actually have been wanting to do a vampire blog because I have been reading a lot of vampire books recently and I want to continue that streak. So maybe I'll save that for that. Listen, I'm still looking for the first book in the R.A. Salvatore books. Oh, goody. The ugly version. Y'all know y'all wanted to give that hardback version to somebody, and that somebody could have been me. The Witcher. I've actually never read this. I've heard that it's kind of like really bad. Is this just a book for men? Be so honest right now. Like, did y'all make this for girls at all? Oh, okay, whatever. The Witcher, Warlords, and Wastrels. Pieces for cowards. They did make it for the girls. Look what I got. Yeah, that's that book I just talked about. At least I got the second book though, because I was literally low-key thinking, I was like, wait a minute. This one's a newer copy too, so I should go and take the other one back and explain to them, hey, y'all gave it to me in this box. All right, so these ones, gold. Okay, we just talked about Queen of the Conqueror. This is the second book in that duology. So listen, at least we have something here. I think Anita, you know, the vampire conqueror. I said vampire conqueror. Vampire hunter. I feel like she could be fun. The Witcher. I feel like this is a basic choice. Like, why would y'all even put this in here? But listen, I'll read it. I'll try it, even though I've heard horrible things about it. Okay, I didn't even tell y'all what this was about. Loyalty or Blood, Bocho and Kacha. Ooh, I love those names. May be known for the finest swordplay in the city of Reyes, but they found themselves backed into a corner too often for their liking. Finally reinstated as into the Duelist Guild. Okay, they're bringing a prisoner to justice, Kacha's old flame, Egamont. I take back what I said about these poor people. I feel as though I could get into this book. The fates of Reyes is balanced on a knife's edge, ... This is the third book in this series. They did me so dirty with this. What do y'all mean? Okay, bad points for this. Y'all gave me a second book in a series and a third book in a series that I haven't even read. This one I feel like is immediately going into the unhaul, y'all. I'm pretty sure R.A. Salvatore is not well. I don't know about that one. I still have one day, so I'm leaving tomorrow at 4 p.m., 3 p.m. I cannot, but did I just give myself a spoiler by her ex-lover? Is this her brother? Y'all, what even are they talking about? Oh my God, I don't even know. That's the haul. That's what's going on. I'm gonna go download the second book in the Savage Bonds. Okay, I'm gonna go download the second book. I'm gonna start that one because it's time for me to read. It is 7:28, which means it's 4:28 at my house. Lord, I have so much time. All right, let me go see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so what I did was I went immediately to a little free library because I just can't see myself taking this second book in this R.A. Salvatore series home with me. Really, I shouldn't be taking the third book from the other series. And I will say I was speaking badly on R.A. Salvatore's name. Really, he just writes books that I don't like. It's not that there's anything wrong with him. I got him confused with Jay Kristoff. So that's my bad. I apologize to you, sir. You didn't deserve all that ickiness that I was putting on you. But I am going to be putting your book in a little free library, and I do have to go by the public library, which is now closed because it's 8 o'clock. But I do have to go by the public library because my grandma doesn't have Wi-Fi. So if I want to read this book from the Bonded series, I have to like go and use the Wi-Fi of the library, which is free with a library card, which I do have because of my grandma's library. So anyway, listen, I have the book. Okay. I'm gonna be putting this in the little free library. I don't know, maybe they'll have something crazy in there. We'll see. So this is what she looks like. Cute. Oh, they have a Percy Jackson book in here. Yay, The Last Olympian. Oh my God, they also have Junie B. Jones. Wow, my childhood. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here for some lucky person. I was just talking about Junie B. Jones today. Loves handsome Warren. Yes, she does. Anyway, okay. See you later, Glacier's Edge. You have a good time in here. All right, bye-bye. I see here that I have some notes, some things to catch up with you on. So first of all, hello. I'm back in LA. Missed it. Really missed it. It's been weeks since I picked up this vlog in all reality. So that's why I had to write these notes, because I was like, what did I even last talk to you guys about? Okay, listen, the end of the trip happened and then life happened. It got busy. So let's talk about the things we missed. All right, number one, Mercy Thompson. So the books that I got on this trip were these two books right here. The books that I have already are these three books. Yes, those two are the same. One of them must be an unhaul. I can't tell though which one's better. I feel like this one is. Oh. This one just seems like darker, like the contrast is more. Yeah, I think I'm keeping this one. Unhaul. Anyway, so now I have Oh my God, I have books 1, 2, and 3. And then the last book. Okay. 1, 2, okay. 3. All right. And then the last Mercy Thompson book. That's what I own. What are the odds that I would pick up book 2 and 3? Okay. I only have 9 more books to go. Great. The second thing on this list, getting the Broken Bond books. Stunning. So currently I'm on, not that one. Where's number 3? Okay, I finished book 1, which is Blood Bonds, book 2, which is Savage Bonds, and then book 3 I'm currently halfway through. Loving it. No more mention of homelessness. No more mention of anything else that we talked about. And I'm realizing that the front covers are the guys that she's involved with. And of course, she saved the best for last, which is the one that I don't own. So there's one more book that I do need to buy. I will be buying that. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I think it's gonna be Amazon Direct Publishing. I can't find it on any indie sites. Can't find it on bookshop.org. The 6th book apparently doesn't exist, but I know it does exist. So don't know about that. But anyway, got them. Amazon Direct Publishing, you might say. Boo hiss Amazon. These authors make their living, their livelihood off of these services, the direct publishing. Now it's different if you can get the book in any other way, as in traditional publishing is selling that book somewhere else. I mean, they're still gonna sell it in Barnes & Noble, which is still a huge corporation and conglomerate, and it's still killing indie book stores. So really, like, the only way is to go indie, order it through there, have your demand through there, you know, read from your library. But if we're gonna support the author directly, the direct pub option, the buying from it, is how it goes. So that's different, like I said, than buying things that are already put out by big publishers, because it's not the author publishing it themselves. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. It's different than buying a book on your Kindle. Okay, hopefully that was clear. Don't know, I'm a little loosey-goosey right now. The other thing on my list, okay, ticket number 3, the witch update and it getting deleted. First of all, y'all really let me go through this whole entire vlog with this, just this. Where did the footage go? Okay, I tried to recover it. Something happened on my memory card. This sounds so, like, such a lie, as if I didn't record it. But I remember when I recorded this footage, I was fighting with that memory card. I remember that. And maybe I was a little tipsy at that point. I'd been on the beach all day. But I remember really liking my outfit because I wore my pink little swimsuit and then a cover up that I just thought looked so spiffy together. I was like, wow, she's stunning. Anyway, let's talk about Wooing the Witch Queen. Wooing the Witch, I think it is Wooing the Witch Queen. The book is in the other room. It's in the unhaul pile, if that tells you anything. So the thing with this book is that it literally had so much potential, but it's one of those books where, like, it tells you a lot and it almost tells you how to feel, and it just tells you a lot of the plot. And like you just don't really care about that. You want to feel something, you know what I mean? Like you want to experience it. And a lot of that book was like telling. There we go. Telling, not showing. And yeah, the plot was just kind of like, honestly, whatever. I hate to be that person, but like I just didn't connect with it. I didn't really like it. It's about this witch queen who, I don't know if there's a book before this one, but like apparently she had overthrown her uncle who was taking the throne from her. So that was already a plot point. And then the huge thing that happens in the beginning of the book is that she misunderstands where her love interest is coming from. So she thinks he's like some sorcerer. He's actually just a duke. He's just Ken. That's where it starts. That's where like the plot starts, and it's just based off of miscommunication. Already, that is not my favorite trope. I will say it. So like her just kind of being like, oh yeah, you're just the sorcerer, and like not letting him explain, not listening to him, like that just seemed so convenient and so just like such a throwaway plot point, you know what I mean? That it bothered me to my core. I just couldn't get over it. And maybe I'm a diva. Maybe I'm a diva and maybe I want more from my fantasy books. Is that so much to ask, really? That being said, I, don't want to talk too much more trash about it. I just want y'all to know that it was not like the other girls of this vlog, okay? It's now in the unhaul pile. That's all I'm gonna say. Listen, if you're a patron and you want to read it, I'll send it to you. I will send it. That's really all I can say about it, because I know that whole vlog was just a rant about how much I had read it and wasted my time. And unfortunately, I've read so many good books in this vlog, like The Raven Scholar. So good. So freaking good. 10 out of 10, 5 stars. I just think that we don't even need to spend more time on wooing the Witch Queen. Even though she did have a raven on the front cover, she was not the girl I was looking for. She was not the girl I was looking for. I skipped this vlog last year because I was in a deep depression, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm glad to get back into it. I read a lot in this vlog and I feel like it really set me up for a great reading month. I'm coming into this era now where I just don't want to waste my time. If I don't like a book, I'm DNFing it, and if I own it, I'm unhauling it. That's how crazy I am. And I used to not be that person. I would read 3-star after 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. Like, ask me at the beginning of my booktube journey, I would read crappy ass books. This year, I don't want to have any 3 stars. And that's like not a bad rating to me, like I don't want to have any bad starred books. Like I just want to have 3.5, 4, 4.5 and 5-star reads all across the board. And I think this month I did realize something about my reading. It's that I'm just not putting up with the crap anymore. Now I don't want to actively talk crap about books. If you ask me, I'm not gonna lie. If you ask me what I thought about a book and I didn't like it, I will tell you the truth. But I don't think I'm gonna make videos specifically negatively talking about it. You know what I mean? Like if you wanna know, I'll tell you. I will in-depthly tell you about it because we all know I like to chat. I don't think I wanna spread negative, bad vibes anymore. Not that I was like the biggest hater on the internet before, but I think that is what I kind of realized in this vlog. That's something I learned. So yeah, that's it. Going forward, I'm just gonna go for vibes and go for books that I know I'm gonna like, and I'll find my true self that way. And in that way, I'll be able to be a better reader, a better recommender, a better creator, because like no one literally has time for bad books. No one has time for bad anything. Like bad behavior, bad vibes, bad books, bad people. None of that. And we're cutting that shit out. 2025. Is therapy actually working? I think this vlog always helps because this trip every year is kind of like a reset for me. It's the middle of the year-ish. I get to spend time with my family. I get to read a lot and I get to vlog and talk to you guys. And it's just a good time for me to kind of reflect and be like, okay, what do I want from the rest of this year? I feel recharged, okay? And I feel like I can like take on the world after this, after having like a break. And I feel like we just need that in life nowadays. Like we just need to be able to take a step back and like have a life, while dealing with everything that's going on. And yeah, that's how I feel for sure. That's how I feel. Vibes are good. And yeah, I hope you had a really fun time too. If you like this video, give it a like. Comment down below what you read in July. And if you have nothing else to say, you were just here for vibes, throw up this emoji for me because it was a beach trip and it was fun. And now vacation's over. So yeah, guys, that's it. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da.